a very good evening. I'm Udit and this is the Thursday edition of Vision of Asia. Tonight's episode details much happenings in the political, cultural and social spheres from the South Asian diaspora. An exclusive featuring renowned Indian playback singer Udit Narayan and a lot more on the show. So let's begin the episode with the headlines. Get to know Netflix India Matchmaking Project 2018 featuring Smriti Mundhra, a Skype interview edition. Rotary Club celebrates Diabetes Prevention and Management Center in New Jersey. Bihar Jharkhand Association of North America organizes meet and greet reception featuring Indian playback singer Udit Narayan at the Royal Albert Palace. Catalina, Cruz on Minority Voices and Women, Election Night, District 39th, New York. More on the other side of the break. Stay with us in Vision of Asia, Voice of the Community. We'll be right back. Welcome again. I'm Aditi Lamba and you're watching Vision of Asia, Voice of the Community, our daily news segment presenting you top South Asian stories from all across. Beginning the show today, we have an exclusive segment featuring an upcoming project for an Indian Netflix docu-series. Executive producer Smriti Mundhra is producing a show that utilizes a unique perspective on Indian marriages and relationships. A concept which presents a dating show which brings the best matchmaker from India and some individuals that are truly searching for love. The docu-series aims to showcase entertaining yet engaging reflection of modern-day Indian relationships and its impact on our identity. We recently caught up with the executive producer Smriti Mundhra via a Skype call to gain more insights into the upcoming project and her team's current search for finding contenders for the show. Do take a look. Smriti, when I first heard about your idea, I thought this was so interesting. A Netflix show which is, talking about an Indian marriage matchmaking project in which you have, yourself involved as an executive producer as well as other people also involved. So just starting this off, give us a little insight into what exactly this is and why are you in such a need to find people that are truly looking for love for this documentary series?
So this is going to be a really exciting series. It's a documentary series, 8 episodes that we're making for Netflix, basically about the complex and fascinating world of matchmaking in India. And it really is going to be focused on an elite matchmaker who is finding eligible bachelors and bachelorettes for clients all around the world. And the idea behind the show is to not only sort of show the pomp and circumstance of matchmaking and marriage in India, but also kind of take a nuanced look at our culture, how it's changing, how it's adapting to people of this generation, if it's adapting well enough to people of this generation, and how there can be tension between the two generations,
right?
The parents' generation and the young people's generation, and how that's all resolved, but sort of told in a very through the lens of this matchmaker and her clients and that whole world. And I think it's endlessly fascinating. The matchmaker is the best in the world, and what we're specifically looking for actually is our young people. They see people from all over the world, India, the U.S., Canada, anywhere in the world really, who are serious about their search for a life partner and would be interested in working with an elite matchmaker, and allowing us, of course, to film parts of the process. So the benefit to people would be they would get to work with this matchmaker and get access to all her clients. She has a database of over 250 clients, they would also then be able to have this experience documented in a really beautiful premium documentary series that will be shot like the best documentary that you've ever seen. It's going to be beautifully shot, and really the idea is to not only showcase our culture and the realities of our culture, but also really elevate it and show how beautiful Indian culture is, how complex it is. So, yeah.
Why do you think there is a need for this? And as well as when you look at, these things that you want to discuss in the culture, why is that so important to sort of amalgamate the two in this documentary series?
Yeah, so it's interesting. I mean, I think the answer varies slightly depending on which audience is watching the show. So one thing, that I think is really important is to give a more accurate portrayal about what arranged marriage is today in India. And I think even people in the diaspora maybe have some misconceptions or outdated notions about that. So it's not, pundits running around villages with, briefcases of biodata. It's not forced marriage. Particularly not to say that doesn't still happen in some parts of India, but we're taking a very contemporary look at, I use arranged marriage as a term very loosely. It's really just matchmaking, but tailored to sort of Indian values. And it's really contemporary. It's looking at cosmopolitan cities, people, the young people who have much more of a say in the process. It's much closer to sort of Western-style dating than it has ever been in the past. I mean, I won't say it's exactly like Western-style dating because your families are still involved, but and the sort of criteria for matchmaking are slightly different. But I think basic people understand that really like our world kind of lies somewhere in between, where it's not the way that our parents got married, but it's not quite like Tinder and Bumble and things like that.
Well, any last minute messages to all our ITV Gold viewers, Smriti? This was such an interesting interview. I loved your perspective on so many things. I think it's kind of opened up my mind to many things as well. Any messages out to the ITV Gold viewers?
Yeah, I just want to reiterate, if you are interested, if you're a young person out there who's interested in being part of the show, or if you know someone, you have a friend, relative, niece, daughter, son, whoever, please email matchmakingproject2018@gmail.com, matchmakingproject2018@gmail.com, and if you want to see my previous work, watch A Suitable Girl on Amazon Prime, absolutely free on Amazon Prime, but also available for rent or purchase, and it's also available on iTunes and Google Play. And I hope we get a lot of responses for this. I think it's going to be a really fun, meaningful show, and I'm excited to see who applies.
Let's now take a look at New Jersey, which recently was graced by iconic Indian playback singer Padma Bhushan Udit Narayan. Gathering together a great number of the Indian community, the Bihar-Jharkhand Association of North America recently held a meet and greet reception with Udit Narayan at the Royal Abbott's Palace. The event gathered the fans and supporters of Mr. Udit Narayan, who were mesmerized by the humility and love from the esteemed artist. The association is a social and cultural platform for the people of Bihar and Jharkhand and facilitates many efforts towards the spread of cultural heritage and its awareness in the U.S. The event produced a successful platform for the celebration and empowerment of the members of the Bihari community, wherein Padma Bhushan Udit Narayan was also honored for his contribution to music and promotion of the Bihari culture.
And we are gathered at Albert Palace. Today we are welcoming one of the leading legend, basically, Padma Bhushan Shri Udit Narayan ji. And we are doing behalf of Bihar Jharkhand Association of North America and ANTA. It's a Nepal association.
Thank you ITV for capturing the BJANA's event. BJANA is proud to do this meet and greet of legendary Bollywood playback singer Padma Bhushan Udit Narayan. He was gracious to accommodate time from his busy schedule to give us some memorable moments. We are going to enjoy this moment. BJANA is proud to work with the Mathli Samaj and then the Nepal Association to felicitate him. And hopefully next time he will come here and then we'll have a bigger program for him.
उदित जी के जखन हम सब सुनबे तखन हमर सबके दिलक अभिलाषा जे सालों से एज से आइ पूरा हेते जे एक पुरनका गीत छे 80-85 के दौरान से लौका आइ तक से सब आइ हम सब सुनबे. So we are excited and eagerly waiting for Mr. Udit Narayan Jha.
We are very proud here at BJANA to welcome Padma Bhushan Shri Udit Narayan जी, जिनके गानों पे थिरकते हुए हम सब बड़े हुए हैं. आज उनसे मिलने का हमें मौका मिल रहा है BJANA की तरफ से, मैथिली समाज की तरफ से. So we are very thankful that he is here, and I hope everyone is going to enjoy the program, and we like to thank ITV too for capturing it. Thank you.
मेरा नाम रंजीत सिन्हा है. मुझे इस बात की बहुत खुशी है, गौरव भी है कि मैं बिहार झारखंड एसोसिएशन का फाउंडर मेंबर हूँ 1974-75 से, और आज मैं 3 जनरेशन को यहाँ देख रहा हूँ
और ये देख रहा हूँ कि हम लोगों का एसोसिएशन काफ़ी ऊंचा उठ गया है और हम लोग प्रोग्राम बना रहे हैं और भी ऊंचा जाने का, ख़ास करके क्रिएशन ऑफ ए मोटिवेशनल ग्रुप, जो कि आजकल के जो छोटे बच्चे हैं उन लोगों को हम लोग गाइड कर सकें कि इस कंट्री में, देश में हम लोग और कैसे आगे बढ़ सकें।
This is amazing. Thank you so much for bringing me here. I would definitely not have been here without my dad's dear friend, Pranitako. And I cannot believe that not only am I, invited to be here, but that also, along with all of us, I'll have the honor of meeting the amazing, awesome, legendary singer, Udit Narayan. Like, that's amazing.
आप सब लोगों को उदित नारायण झा का प्रणाम। रउआ सबके हम प्रणाम करता। Let me thank Bihar Jharkhand Association of North America for inviting and giving me this award. I wish you all good luck. जते भी बात कल जते कम छे, लेकिन आज सबके जैन को बहुत खुशी है कि उदित नारायण झा के नाम से अहाँ सब प्यार करे छियै। सागर बीचे स्वर्ग से सुंदर आपन समाज बा। सागर बीचे स्वर्ग से सुंदर आपन समाज बा। परदेश में भी देखा, अमेरिका में भी देखा, बिहार झारखंड के राज बा। कनी हंसियों में सजनी गुलाब कहिए, कनी हंसियों में सजनी गुलाब कहिए। फूल झर झर हो, फूल झर झर आहासो हर श्रृंगार कहिए। कनी हंसियों में सजनी गुलाब कहिए। पापा कहते हैं बड़ा नाम करेगा, बेटा हमारा ऐसा काम करेगा। मगर ये तो कोई न जाने कि मेरी मंजिल है कहाँ। Thank you so much. Love you all.
It's time for a short break. Stay with us on Vision of Asia. We'll be right back. welcome back. You are tuned into Vision of Asia, bringing you prime South Asian highlights from all across. The Rotary Club of Rajkot Midtown encompasses business and professional leaders united worldwide who provide humanitarian services, encourage high ethical standards in all vocations, and help goodwill and peace in the world. The Rotary Club recently held a celebration event in honor of its grand project of Diabetes Prevention and Management Center. The reception, which brought together esteemed members of the diaspora, medical professionals, community leaders, and much more, discussed the importance of raising awareness for the cause of diabetes and its impact on the South Asian population. Detailing alliances and initiatives for this year, many key members gave ITV Gold much insights into the ongoing of the Rotary Club. The organization also honored ITV Gold Parekh Worldwide Media's chairman, Padma Shri Dr. Sudhir Parekh. Let's take a look at some highlights.
We 5 friends are here in New Jersey, USA to promote Rotary's biggest project of Rajkot, Diabetes Prevention and Management Center. Rotary Club of Rajkot Midtown has done numerous projects in last 24 years, and this will be our 25th year. In that year, we are going to dedicate this very unique project of Diabetes Prevention and Management Center to the city of 2 million people. And in this project, we are going to serve BPL cardholders, below poverty line people, free. That is the USP of the project, and under one roof, all the problems of diabetes will be taken care of, like brain, eye, dental, heart, kidney, foot care, blood vessels, nervous system, everything.
We are the only NGO, probably only Rotary Club in India, who has done 21 grants in 1 year and 80 grants from outside India. We received 80 grants from foreign countries. With the partnership of 22 countries, we are most probably the only club. These are not my statement. This is a statement of recently passed Rotary International President Kalyan Banerjee, who visited our club, and that man has traveled more than 120 countries, friend, in 1 year as a Rotary President. And he has seen the world, and after that he said that. So that speaks about our accountability and transparency, how we do. And now, may I request Nilesh Chandani to give me the award for Dr. Sudhir Parekh. Dr. Sudhir Parekh is a recipient of Knights of Malta 2012. In 2010, he got Padma Shri Award from Government of India. In 2006, from Pravasi Bharatiya Sanman. In 2005, he got Ellis Island Medal of Honor Award. Really, this is very kind of you to kind of recognize me and inviting me in this function. Probably you know that I have a long association with the Rotary clubs of all over the world. Actually, in 2005, I got a highest Rotary award called Paul Harris Award by the USA Rotary Club. I think I always believe that more we give, more we become. Through our American Association of Physicians of Indian Origin, since last 15 years, we are running a project called Sept in Gujarat. A Sept project is funded by all the doctors from the USA, and what we do is to do the preventive primary care, preventive medicine in the villages. We train the 1 or 2 high school graduate person, either female or male, and teach them how to take blood pressure, how to measure the sugar, how to measure the weight, and then report to the center in Ahmedabad. And then they know what kind of literature they should give it to those villages. And this Sept project is running very successfully for the last 15 years. I acquired 4 newspapers here in USA and 1 TV channel now, 24/7. And also we started a TV channel in India called Hindu World News Network, which has 10 million subscribers in India. So my offer to you that please use my media platform, print as well as TV, to promote this diabetic center, and that's on me. So please don't hesitate. Anytime you want to send any appeal or any pledge or any good articles or good news, please send us. Whole world will know. So anyway, thank you for inviting me. Thank you for this small appreciation, and please, you can always count on me. Thank you.
Concluding the show tonight and exclusively for our viewers, we now have an exclusive featuring New York State Assembly candidate Catalina Cruz, who is running for the 39th district. The election polls close in the next half an hour, so we would like to remind all again to take advantage of this time and cast your vote, have your voices heard. It's essential. With that, let's take a look at a segment from our recent interaction with Ms. Catalina Cruz prior to this. Proudly representing the interests of the minorities in New York's 39th district, the Latina American candidate spoke openly on immigration, minority voices, and women. Ms. Catalina Cruz, who became a citizen of the United States in 2009, is currently the first Dreamer to run for office in New York State, and if she wins, she will be the third Dreamer to ever have office in this country. Now that you are running to be the Assemblywoman for the 39th district, how important has that whole journey been for you? And, you know, is that community, especially the community of dreamers, the most important for you right now when you are campaigning still?
I think, you know, one of the things that I've wanted to do all along this path is honor the story that got me here. Honor the fact that I grew up undocumented, that my mother had to struggle, that we were so poor. There were times we actually had to collect cans, that my mom was a domestic worker. She used to give out flyers. It was just a very tough time. And now having the privilege of being a United States citizen, of being a lawyer, I wanted to make sure that when I started to tell my story, I was honoring that struggle, I was honoring that pain, and I was providing a voice, if you will, for the thousands, if not millions, of young people in our in our city and in our state and in this community that still live that way. Their parents still live that way. And so for me, the Dreamer community is of the utmost importance because it is who I was, who I am, and who I will be.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about those undocumented New Yorkers and the sentiments of them. If I was to just ask you right now, and I love asking this question to anyone that supports the Dreamers, justify these undocumented immigrants to us, justify their space and their importance for the viewers that might, you know, still question, you know, why still support them. What's your answer to those people?
So I think when we hear all the promises coming from Washington, especially among the Democrats, it makes me take a step back and realize that they haven't done enough, that we have become a prominent talking point, a convenient talking point to get the votes when they need to get reelected, to get a pat on the back, good job, you stood up for immigrants. But submitting a piece of legislation, speaking on behalf of a piece of legislation is not enough. You have to truly go to bat, fight for it, and do whatever needs to be done. Filibuster, protest, whatever needs to be done to truly protect the immigrant community. And so for me, I take that very seriously. So when elected at the state level, there are things that we can do. I want to pass a budget that includes $100 million over the next 5 years to fully fund the legal services program. I want to make sure that we have driver's licenses for all, that we finally pass the DREAM Act, and that we are expanding opportunities for members of our community. These possibilities will impact not just dreamers, but thousands, if not millions, of undocumented New Yorkers.
And just talking about those undocumented New Yorkers and the sentiments of them, if I was to just ask you right now, and I love asking this question to anyone that supports the Dreamers, justify these undocumented immigrants to us, justify their space and their importance. For the viewers that might, still question, why still support them? What's your answer to those people?
For me, I don't think that we need to justify it. These are human beings that were fleeing situations that the United States of America created in their home countries. If we look at history, 20, 30 years ago, we decided to meddle in foreign affairs and created situations that led to poverty, that led to war, that led to gang violence. So folks are fleeing, coming into our country because we are supposed to be the haven. Families belong together. We're supposed to be a haven of peace. And then they get here looking for that, and we threaten them by taking away their children. We threaten them by saying, you can't be here because you're from a certain religion. That's not the kind of America and the kind of country that we built together. So for me, it's not a need to justify, but it's a need to remind us of what was the United States supposed to be about, and are we living up to that promise?
This was amazing having you here. I love having empowered women, empower others. When you look at yourself right now, a couple of days before the big elections, which will give us the next assemblywoman, hopefully, how are you feeling? And, I know that the race is still going on, but, no matter how the race goes, what do you think are the key things you took out of it? And if you were to tell other women to run for the next elections, what would you say?
I think one of the key things that I took out of it is when someone tells you, wait your turn, this is your turn. When you feel ready, when your community needs you, that's your turn. Your turn to fight for what's right. Your turn to make sure that immigrants are protected, that women are protected, that our religious groups are protected. That's when it's your turn. Not when a political machine or somebody in power tells you, sit down and wait. So I tell women and I tell folks, minorities that want to run, do it. If it's in your heart to fight for our community, do it. It's not going to be easy. I am exhausted on most days. I want to cuddle up and sleep for a week, but I can't because my community needs me. Our community cannot afford to have me sit around and go to sleep while people are getting evicted, immigrants are getting torn away from their family, people are getting losing their jobs because the 7 train isn't running on time. People cannot afford to have an elected that simply sits there. So if you run, also do it with responsibility. That this isn't about you, this isn't about a title, this isn't about the money. This is about the people that you're representing and the needs that they have and how hard are you going to fight to make sure that they're met.
And this wraps up our segment of South Asian happenings for tonight. Send us your events or any suggestions to get your voices and organizations on our show. Write to us on events@itvgold.com or follow us on our Facebook handle @itvgold. You can also now subscribe to our YouTube channel for free access to many of our shows. Thank you for joining us tonight. This is Vision of Asia and I am Aditi Lamba. Take care and be well.